and welcome back to Jazz's Angel Number Tarot. Per usual, I'm excited to get into today's video because today we're getting a message from your future self. So if you have questions right now and you want them answered, definitely set your intention before you pick a pile so you can get a message from your future self about that. Otherwise, we'll just see what they have to say. So yeah, you guys, per usual, my Etsy is always linked in the description if you need your own private tarot reading. Yes, you can pick more than one pile, and pause the video if you need more time. But we have group 1 with the green stone, group 2 with the blue stone, group 3 with the orange stone, and group 4 with the clear stone. So just take 3 deep mindful breaths, send to yourself your intuition, and then go ahead and pick the pile or the piles that you're being called to, and we're gonna get started. All right, group 1 with the green stone, let's get right into it. Message from your future self. So the first couple of cards we have under your stone, we have fall in love with your own story, and then we have the strength card. So I get this mirroring energy with you. I kind of get a little bit of an internal struggle as well. It's almost like you want to do what's already been done because that's comfortable, that provides stability. You know that it works. You know, you want to follow the path of people who have walked before you, or people that you can see in your life, whether that's a family member, a parent that you're looking up to, or whether that's someone in society that you just know from social media that you admire and you see that they're successful. But your future self is definitely telling you to fall in love with your own story, because not only are you different, but your story is different. And if falling in love with what you can have in your life and what you really want, what you really like, is going to produce results that's going to lead you to the best possible life for you. So I really hear your future self saying, like, don't doubt that. Don't doubt that there's something more amazing that is like specifically unique to you. And don't limit yourself by, you know, what people have already done, even though there is like structure there and comfort there, because you can see how someone else did it, and you know that if you just do that, you know, you can have the same success. We have the strength card. This one says strength comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence, conviction, and a balanced mind, body, and soul. Spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength on a continual basis. You're never really alone, as we're always with you. And of course the we is like your spiritual team, your angels, etc. But with that strength card, I feel like you're kind of losing hope. I feel like you're kind of losing that optimistic value about yourself. And that's something that people, I feel like, used to compliment you on when you were a kid. Like, you know, you used to be that really creative kid. And then we have the breathe card that came out. So you may just be overwhelmed right now. And I feel like your future self is telling you it's not that you need to quit. It's not that you need to pick another path. It's just that you need a breather. You need time to relax. You need time to find your center again. The breath is the vital bridge between the body and the soul. It's the connection between the inside and the outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire body with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. So spirit is saying, when you take those time to really breathe, practice breathing, taking deep breaths instead of consistently shallow breathing, when you really connect with yourself in that way, you're going to fill your body with the creative force that, you know, spirit, God, the divine, anything outside of yourself uses to create. So I just feel a little bit of doubt, and your future self is like, no, you need a break, you need to breathe, you need to like come down, like return back to self. So let's see, what are their messages? And then we have cozy up with risk that just came out. So I feel like you guys are wanting to do something, but you're afraid to take the plunge. It feels too uncomfortable. It feels like, oh my God, if I move to a new city, I'm gonna be all alone. I'm not gonna have my friends. I'm not gonna have the foundation I've built. But are you in love with that story? The story that you're living now? You know, is your life, does it feel like a movie? Do you feel blessed to be in the life that you have? Do you feel like it's a miracle, you know, where you are? And I don't mean like because of what you've been through, but do you feel like this is the magical life you would dream up for yourself? And, you know, if the answer is no, spirit is saying, well, there's no way to really fall in love with that story without creating it. We have success and transformation, and then we have cozy up with risk. So I feel like there's something you're scared to do or embrace. I'm also getting loneliness. You may be hanging out with friends who are really not the best friends for you. You may be hanging out with romantic partners or in spaces where, you know, people are just different. Seriously, like the dating scene is different depending on where you are. There's places that you can date that are like the people are more down to earth. There's also places that you can go where the people are super materialistic and chauvinistic and, you know, live your life the way you want to live your life. But if you're someone who's down to earth, you can't be so caught up in the illusion of what people look like that you feel like you should go in that direction, because that's not what's going to resonate with your soul. That's never going to fulfill you. And vice versa. I don't feel like you should, you know, super hold on to something just because you have found comfort or, you know, found some sense of belonging there. I feel like your future self is telling you it's time for expansion, and you're fighting that expansion. We have the sacred flow of yes, and then we have stop, drop, and ground. So that definitely confirms the energy I was getting before, where it's like, I feel like you guys need to really kind of ground and anchor yourself right now. And then in the flow with sacred yes is not only about receiving, giving and receiving, but also I feel like, you know, spirit, your guides, they're bringing you different ideas and opportunities, and you're like, no, 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 no. Maybe it's that you're taking too long to think about them, so you're starting to really collect like all of these reasons why that isn't what you should do, that isn't where you should go, that's not good for you. And it's just like, make up your mind and just stick to it, and don't give yourself too much time to think about it to where you start to, you know, feel like, you know what, no, this isn't for me. Yeah, we have the 9 of Swords in reverse and the 2 of Swords. So here's the thing about following your own path and falling in love with your own story. In situations where people should have lost it all, in situations where people shouldn't have made it through, if God, if spirit, if your future self is telling you this is your way, you're going to be protected. You know, you're going to be safe. When spirit tells you this is what you should do, that's what you should do, because spirit is not saying what would happen if all these people who weren't called to be here are here. Spirit is saying, I'm telling you that this is for you, you know? So it's time to really trust your own intuition. I don't feel like you guys trust your intuition enough. I feel like you really rely on your logical mind, which is natural. You know, we're beings of left brain and right brain, the creative side and the logical side. So sometimes you're going to lean more into the logic, sometimes you're going to lean more into the intuition, but this is definitely one of those times to lean into that right brain intuition. We have the Knight of Wands, and I just get action with that. Your future self is telling you not to be afraid, to take action, to go for it, to do it. Let's go. Like, I just get a let's go energy, and your future self is like, where we end up is like, let's go. Like, haul ass, let's go. Don't wait anymore. Yeah, we have the Chariot and the Star in reverse. So it's just like, you know, your shadow side also I feel like needs to be in check. And that's another reason why it's important for you guys to ground, because even if you do get messages from your intuition, if your shadow is out of control and you're used to taking your shadow's word for it, allowing your shadow to speak over your life, you're getting this messages from spirit coming in saying, ooh, take this opportunity, this is really good for you. But your shadow's telling you, no, that's not good for you. Look how whoever ended up, you know, when they tried to go out on their own and create their own business, were they ever called to, or were they just following behind someone on social media? You know what I mean? The path of stability doesn't work for everyone, because there's no mathematical equation as to how to do life. You could see like a star, a celebrity, someone who's made a lot of success in their life and try to follow their path, but that was never for you. That was not where God called you to, so you don't end up successful. Everyone can't be an entertainer. Everyone can't be a singer. Everyone can be a millionaire, billionaire, you know? But I feel like spirit is saying the highest tippy top, your peak of where you can go is calling you right now. And I feel like you're kind of not picking up the phone. 7 of Coins in reverse, 6 of Cups in reverse. Not very much trust in the universe, but I even get like a cool energy with that, where spirit's like, we can work on it. You know, it's not about being perfect. We can work on all that. I don't care about that. But spirit is just wanting you to lean in to the messages you know, you're getting, and then so is your future self. Your future self is really saying like, it's worth it too. So these are the 3 that came out from there. The first one says, prioritize your self-healing right now. Put your needs above others for once. It's time to focus on you. Self-healing takes time and a lot of self-love. So remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. There is no rush. And I just get such a supportive energy from spirit around you guys. And then we have, if something deep within you tells you that something is not quite right, trust it. If you are unhappy in life, change something. It's entirely up to you, but don't make excuses. You're in control. And then the last one says, what's meant to be yours is always making its way to you. What was never yours is starting to flee from you. With time, it will all make sense, but for now, bear the confusion and focus on living fully in the present. Don't let your whole life be, I'll be happy when, be happy now. So those are the messages from your future self, you guys. I really liked this pile, like starting off with a bang. Group 1, you already know you can find me on Etsy if you want a private tarot reading, but that was your spread. I'll talk to you later. Now offering 7-day vigil candles burned on my personal altar for money, transformation, romantic love, psychic ability, clearing negative energy, passion, power, and more. All right, group 2 with the blue stone. Let's get right into it, okay? Messages from your future self. So the first couple of cards we have under your stone, we have inflow with money. And then we have choices that came up for you guys. So immediately I kind of feel like you're starting to question, like, okay, what does success look like for me moving forward? I know how I've become successful up to this point, or I know how much money I can make if I stay in my current situation, my current dynamic. But in flow with money, what does that look like for me moving forward? And then choices says, when you accept responsibility for your life and the choices you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen to and appreciate the intuitive wisdom from inside of you, and you can apply it positively and constructively to your outside world. So I feel like your path is kind of like, I'm kind of just getting this energy of synchronized movement. It's kind of like an energy of you may have been trying to get in alignment with like your higher path, or you've been trying to get in flow with money, and it's like the paths have been winding, but it's now like, okay, you're in flow with money. Now things are really in alignment. You're hearing the messages. So now the messages that you receive about what's going to make the most money for you, where's the best move for you to make, where should you go, what should you do, are going to come directly with you, because you're in alignment with yourself now, to the point with your spirit now, to the point where you can hear clearly the messages being sent to you. So there's a little bit of transition happening for you, group 2. If before you were inspired by people outside of you and you're like, oh, that's a way people are making money, let me do that. Made a cute little bag. Oh, I see another way that people can make money, let me try that. Okay, made a cute little bag, you invested, you did the stock thing, you did the Bitcoin thing. Like, I feel like you guys are kind of like a jack of all trades. You have like one piece of information about everything. Like, you know at least one thing about every topic, you know? But I feel like, you know, now that you're in alignment with your own path versus looking outside of you for inspiration and knowledge, now it's time to look inside, because you're finally in flow with your spirit, which is something that you've been working on, I feel like, for the last few years. Like, you've been growing and ascending. So when it comes to money, spirit is saying the messages are going to come directly to you. So it's a little bit of a change you're going to have to adapt to, because you're used to kind of looking and seeing what's going on, but now you're going to have to be initiated into trusting and listening to your own spirit. So there's going to be a little bit of a transformation phase with that, and it may be uncomfortable. But your future self is telling you to trust it, because you're about to hit a lick off yourself. We have take a moment. This one says stop. Now is not the time to rush into any decision that you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. I love how everything is like so in alignment. I love when that happens, when I say things and then it comes out like in cards. And then we got support. So people are coming into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from and they move on, while others return often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. So Spirit is also saying, get used to like people coming in and out of your life, because just like guides cycle in and out of your life, like I don't have the same guides that I had when I was a wild and crazy teenager. I have different guides right now because I'm in a totally separate part of my life. Same things with friends. I know we feel like, oh, lifelong friends are the jam, and you know, to have comfortability in someone you just know throughout your entire life, of course, would be a good thing. But with you guys, Spirit is saying, if new people come into your life, you know, be mindful of their intentions, but you know, you're attracting people who are going to help you moving forward. And also there may be people of the past that you don't want to be too hasty to judge, because they may have like a really important piece of information to give you, or an opportunity that they can present you with. Like say you have like an ex-friend that comes into your life. Invite them over your house? Nah, probably not. But hear them out and have coffee with them at dinner. Maybe, you know, that may be something to consider. Tap into your spirit and see what your spirit says, because what if they have like a connection? What if they're like, ooh, this is someone I feel bad about, and they're trying to right their wrongs? Don't block, you know, others' ability to be a blessing in your life, and vice versa, you know, because if they're like, ooh, I didn't treat them wrong in the past, I'm gonna right my wrongs, and they offer you an opportunity, you know, that's a win-win. You get to forgive them and let that go, and they get to let it go, and you also get an opportunity. So I just feel like a message of your future self saying there's some interesting people coming into your life that are kind of making you question, like, oh, why is you here? If you know the meme, you do. If you don't, you don't, whatever. But it's just like an energy of you kind of being like suspicious, like, why are you back? And your innermost self, your future self, is telling you to embrace that. We have overrate your intuition, and we have imbalance. So I see opportunities to give and receive equally coming up for you. So keep that flow going. If you can be there for someone, if it's not going to take too much from you, go ahead and do that so that you can keep the flow of receiving. It's just simple universal law of cause and effect, and also giving and receiving. Like, as long as you keep that flow going, more will come to you. We have nourished the sacred feminine, and you are epic. So Spirit is telling you to nourish your feminine energy, take care of yourself. Also, the feminine, I feel like, is something that differs from person to person. You know, there's no way to define feminine energy truly. There really isn't. Because when you think about it, like when you think of like a really good mom, she does everything. She helps the kids. She's the chauffeur. She's the cook. She's the counselor. She's the cleaner. She does everything in the household. She's the fantasy at night when she with her mans, you know, her husband. So, you know, that's like an embodiment of feminine energy. It's whatever it has to be in the moment. So I don't want you to think, oh, this means I just have to practice self-care. Like, whatever feminine means to you, honor that energy. Let's see what else your future self has to say. Queen of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Cups. Now this is a very interesting dynamic, because that's kind of like lost the battle, win the war type of energy. Queen of Cups in reverse is kind of like you are going to lose some, but you can't be afraid to lose some, because you're also going to win some, and what you're going to win is going to be so much bigger and more significant. So allow yourself to be vulnerable. You know, don't close yourself in so much that nothing can hurt you, but also no blessings can get to you. You know, your spirit is saying you're strong. It's just life. You're gonna lose some. You're gonna take some L's. But hiding too much also keeps you from blessings. Ace of Cups is total complete fulfillment. Queen of Cups in reverse is almost like feeling like people didn't appreciate me. People did me wrong. They missed opportunities with you. But so what? Because you're getting so much more. You know, Spirit, I feel like, you know, Spirit is like telling you to tap into your grit, into your personal strength. We have the Sun card in reverse, and I feel like you're really worried about losing out on something. Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You may be worried about like getting played, looking silly. Like I said, I really don't feel like, you know, you want to lose out on anything. Ace of Wands came out as well. Three of Cups in reverse. You're going to have to be a little, I don't feel like harsh is the word, but definitely straightforward with people. Three of Cups in reverse is like, this isn't the time for celebration and party, party, hardy. This is the time for head down focus so you can get where you need to be. And then once you're in those new spaces, that new room, that new like life, then you can party. Right now is a time for focus, is what your higher self is saying. Future self, sorry. Yeah. We got this one that came out. It says, the journey wasn't the smoothest or the most pleasant lately, but everything is coming together. Your patience, strength, and perseverance will soon be rewarded. The wait is almost over. Hold on. And then we have at the bottom, love yourself to saying no to things that feel draining or burdening to you. Saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes to please other people is a real act of self-love. So that's how you can nourish the sacred feminine as well. But that's what I have for you guys, group 2. You can hit me up on Etsy if you want a private tarot reading, but that was your spread. I'll talk to you soon.
Now offering 7-day vigil candles burned on my personal altar for money, transformation, romantic love, psychic ability, clearing negative energy, passion, power, and more.
All right, group 3 with the orange stone. Let's get right into it. A message from your future self. So the first couple of cards under your stone, we have find your center, and then we have light in the unexpected. So I feel like immediately kind of like an unexpected blessing coming in for you, some unexpected assistance, help, something that is really needed at this time. They don't want to focus, so light in the unexpected. And then find your center says your outside world is a reflection and manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. So when the outside world becomes hectic and stressful and anxiety starts to overwhelm you, this is when you want to stop and ask, when is the last time I checked in with myself? So I really feel like working on your inner world is going to be important for you. Taking some time to meditate, to do some, you know, spiritual kind of like connection rituals. Like what you can do during meditation is you can send healing energy to each of your chakras. That's a good way to kind of get your body back in balance. But whatever, you know, you're being called to. We have relationships, ooh, self-sabotage, and give back that came out for you guys. I think this is very telling about what's coming up for you too. Let's talk about relationships. This one says relationships are just mirror images of your own life. How you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations, and people around you respond to different situations. Or sorry, it says how you react to certain situations and how you react to people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. So I feel like you guys may be getting over a breakup. I feel like you guys may be doing some healing, and it's kind of like that energy. We all go through it. I went through this real bad in my last relationship. It wasn't bad, it was healing, but it got really hard, and like I just felt so lost. It was like, it was so hard. Anyways, like just so hard to get through when you feel lost like that. But we go through these phases after relationships where you have to find ourselves, because typically who you are when you go into a relationship is not who you are when you leave it. You have all these new beliefs, new habits, and different view of the world, and it's kind of influenced by like that last person too. So not only do you have to shake that off, but you also have to recreate yourself. So just know I resonate with this, okay? We've all been through it. I have been through it. And whether this is a relationship or a job, like with a friend, or even with a romantic partner, with a parent, I feel like something has just ended and you're having a little bit of trouble finding yourself. So I feel like your future self is saying the way that we can heal is by focusing on strengthening those internal energy centers or chakras, you know? That's a way that you can heal. Even if you don't know what you're doing, they will heal themselves, and you'll start to see that reflected in your outside world. You'll start to see like, oh, I feel good today. Like I feel more confident today, or, you know, I feel like I understand things better. I feel like I have more direction, a sense of purpose. You're attracting opportunities that are better for you, because even if you don't know, okay, how am I going to fix this money situation? If you fix like your solar plexus chakra, that will tell you, okay, what's best for you to do right now to make money, then you'll attract the opportunity and understanding to you. So I feel like working on the inside inside instead of trying to change the outside is important. And also something that I personally found out or figured out recently through my own meditation is not only can the outside trip the inside, but the inside can trip the outside. So like when you work, you know, you're making money, of course, but you can also attract money to you by working on the inside. So it's like, you know, what you see outside can affect how you feel inside and vice versa. Like these things are connected. So I feel like you've been trying so hard to like do your best to make sense of everything and then to do what you can physically, but it's now time to fix the inside so you can trip the outside and things will get better. You know what I'm saying? So we have self-sabotage. When you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails your carefully woven plan. So I feel like you've also been so used to allowing people to speak over you in your life and your journey and tell you what's best and tell you what to do, where and how to go. And that's just like a meme, but yeah, it's been something that has caused you to sabotage what spirit is telling you. Because it's like spirit, whether that's your spirit or spirit above you, outside of you, God, whatever you believe in, when, you know, spirit or your higher self says this is what you should do, and you go to ask someone for advice, that won't necessarily resonate with them because the message wasn't given to them. And I learned that the hard way. I told this reader that I still trust, love her, and I go to, but I told her about something that was so specific and kind of odd and weird that I had heard from spirit for me to do. And then I brought it up in our reading and she didn't resonate with it. So I ended up not doing it. And who knows where that would have got me, you know? So it's just like when spirit tells you something, whether that's your spirit inside or the spirit, you know, God, the divine, whatever, listen, lean into that. Don't ask everyone for advice anymore. And then the last one we have is give back. Today is the day to cast aside normal routines and make your main purpose to serve. It's about giving back without any thoughts or expectation of getting anything in return. Reach out and touch other people's spirits, and it's highly likely that someone really needs it today. So tapping into this energy, I always think of like universal law, you know, giving and receiving and balance. And me personally, that's something I've been working on as well. I really resonate with this pile, group 3. You guys got the orange stone? I really resonate with your pile. But yeah, I've been asking spirit for so many things the entire year, but I've been more and more conservative with my own energy. Like, it's crazy out there. I'm not going to hang out with people anymore. I'm not going to, you know, be in people's lives trying to help them and yada, yada, yada anymore. But I was also blocking myself from being able to give so that I can receive. And I was blocking my own flow of abundance. So just be mindful of that, group 3. And extend your energy when you can. You know, when you feel like it's too much, someone's asking for too much, or when you know that it's going to negatively affect you, like your mental health, whatever, of course, you know, choose yourself first. But if you can do it, if it's something that's like, okay, maybe a little inconvenient or maybe boring, something you wouldn't choose to do yourself, but you know, it's not that big of a deal to sacrifice it, definitely make the sacrifice because it's going to attract more opportunities to you. I see an entire cycle of your life exiting stage left, and I see you walking into a new beginning. But we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. You're blocking your own abundance, hanging on to this old life. Because we have the 6 of Wands. Spirit is saying, you know, it's time to move on. It's time to level up. It's time to get the bag. It's time to get even more. It's time to like glow up, level up, and just show up and show out. But by resisting the changes that are happening because Spirit is making way for the new stuff, you're only holding yourself back. We got the World card in reverse and the Lovers card in reverse. That relationship will not serve you moving forward. And that life you envisioned for yourself way back when is not the life for you anymore. It's not a life that's going to serve you. It's not a life that's going to be enjoyable. And that person has kind of peaked as far as what they could give to you. So any relationships, platonic, like friendships or romantic, that aren't working, or when people aren't, you know, wanting to talk to you, blocking you, ghosting you, let them. Because that's spirit. That's your, and your future self knows. Your future self is like, dude, if we can get to, like, we can get to the end sooner rather than later, you know? And I get a lot of hope with your future self. Like, you know, it's so cool. It's so cool. I was actually hearing like jump in or something like that. Almost like you're on vacation and your future self is like, you know, jump into the pool. That's the energy that I was getting. So you may be going on a vacation, enjoying life, that kind of thing. But your future self is saying there's a way to get there, and let's let these things happen. Queen of Swords, 10 of Wands, let the cycle close. Let's be strong so we can get there. Emperor in reverse. You know, it's time to surrender to the universe. Allow the universe to lead you, even though you may be used to taking the lead. And 6 of Coins in reverse is just the truth. Yeah, sometimes you're going to lose things. But, you know, it's kind of like wanting a new couch, but not wanting to get rid of your old couch. Where are you going to put it? You know what I mean? If you don't get rid of these people, these things, you're not going to have any room for the new. And you're always just going to have what you already have. So, yeah, that's what I have for you guys. You can find me on Etsy in the description if you want a private tarot reading, but that was your spread. I'll talk to you later.
Now offering 7-day vigil candles burned on my personal altar for money, transformation, romantic love, psychic ability, clearing negative energy, passion, power, and more.
All right, group 4 with the clear diamond. Let's get right into it. Messages from your future self. So first we have find your sacred flow, and then we have gratitude that came out for you. There's those two. Gratitude says life is one big continuous cycle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what is in your life. Don't complain about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. So I just get this message from your future self where it's like, stay hopeful. You haven't seen the full picture right now. Everything hasn't completely unfolded. And also I'm hearing illusions. Your future self is saying like, what you're experiencing right now isn't a depiction of what your future can or is going to be. So try not to hang too tight to the 3D. Find your sacred flow. That one's really more direct. So let's see what else comes out. I kind of get this energy from your future self. This message saying, do your own thing, you know, just do your own thing. Whatever works for you, like do your own thing. So let's see. What else we get? Yeah, your peace is really most important right now, and I see things really changing for you. So first we have success and transformations, and then we have limitation inspires innovation. So your future self is definitely saying be open to change, and also letting you know that things are changing. Things are not as they appear type of energy. First of all, success and transformation is letting me know, like if you're wondering like, Spirit, when is this phase going to be over? When am I like going to move into a new energy? I just saw 222 on the clock as I looked over too. So, you know, this may affect your relationships, or you can look up on Joanne's Sacred Scribes, the angel number website I always recommend. I'm not sponsored, obviously. It's just the website that's the best for angel numbers. You can look up like 6 or 222 there to give you like super in-depth, you know, angel number reading, whatever. But yeah, I feel like an energy where it's like your future self is telling you like the way things are going to turn out is not how it appears. There was something else I was saying. I kind of forgot what it was though. We have nourish the sacred feminine, and then we have fierce serenity that came out. So, you know, doing your own thing, protecting your peace is very important right now. I feel like there's time to get used to a couple cards that were flipped over. Your future self is telling you to get used to doing things alone, like going out to eat alone, going to the movies alone, going shopping alone, like being alone for whatever reason. And we have welcomed the divine masculine. So it may be that every time you go out, you're always with your friends, and it doesn't give like your future masculine, your future husband, your future life partner the opportunity to just kind of like meet you and be with you. And if you're like a homebody, you know, your future self is telling you to get out a little bit and just do little things alone. And then we have choose who you are becoming. So I feel like your life and what matters to you may be heavily influenced by your friends or people that you hang out with. And that's another reason why you need to be alone at this time, just to kind of give yourself a reset so you can tap into like, okay, what do I want my life to look like? Like, sure, it's, you know, that's the thing. It's like, it can be awkward to sit in silence, you know, you want to turn on music. It can be awkward to be alone, you know, you want to have people around so there's something going on so you don't have to be responsible for your own entertainment. But also, you guys, not only can people physically keep opportunities from coming to you, say someone likes your outfit, but you're with a bunch of people, they may just admire it and keep it pushing. But if you were just at that coffee shop alone, that could have been a freaking talent agent. Like, wow, I really like your style. I love your look. Like, what are you doing with, you know, what do you do for work? Do you want to try modeling or something like that? You know, you're missing out on opportunities. And then also think about all that energetic shit that other people have going on, they're putting out. That is creating like this whole bubble of just this energetic mess around you. You know, you can't always check what other people got going on internally in their energy. So energetically, they can be putting out something totally in opposition of what you've been working so hard to push out so that you can attract blessings, and they can block you energetically. You know, so you just got to be mindful. I feel like spending time alone is very important for you, group 4. Let's see what else we get. Any other message from this deck for group 4? It's like so many cards want to pop out, but none of them are actually coming out. And I feel like that's because you're at a very important crossroads where your life could go in many different directions, and that's why it's important to spend some time alone and to choose who you're becoming and where you're going, so it isn't chosen for you. You know, there's definitely this energy of, yeah, it's gonna be a bit uncomfortable, a bit awkward. You may even feel like worried, like you're not used to being alone, especially if you grew up like in a big household with a lot of, you know, different personalities. You may just be used to community. But also, I'm hearing with purpose though. So some of you guys are introverts. You're like, no, I'm a homebody. I don't like to go out. I don't like a bunch of people in my face. Well, Spirit is still saying like, go out though. Like put yourself, not even put yourself out there, make yourself available is what I'm hearing. And I can't help but to think about the welcome the divine masculine that came out for you guys. Cause it's like, you could meet your husband, you could meet your future wife, your future partner out there, you know? I feel like Spirit just needs the opportunity. Okay. 9 of Cups in reverse, 4 of Swords in reverse. You know, I just feel like your energy is very clogged up with other people's energy. I feel like other people's beliefs and values have been projected onto you for a while, and it's kind of keeping you limited as far as what can come into you. We got the 4 of Swords in reverse, 9 of Cups in reverse. You're not happy, you're just occupied. When you're spending all that time with people, it's not that you're so fulfilled by them, it's just that it's something to do or it's noise. You know, it's just like, instead of sitting in silence, you got music going on. It's not that you, oh my God, I'm so obsessed with this album, I have to listen to it 24/7. It's just like, at least it's something in the background going on, so I don't feel weird or awkward. We got the 2 of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Spirit is saying not making a choice. The choice is going to be chosen for you. Knight of Cups in reverse. You're going to end up taken off the market by someone who's not, it's not even that they're terrible for you. For some of you, I am hearing, no, they're not good because of what you've already decided that you want for your life. But Knight of Cups in reverse, it's like, if you don't choose what it is that you want and you know, align yourself so that you're putting out that energy, I just feel like this crossroads energy, it's not even a crossroads. I'm seeing like I'm seeing you guys in the middle of like a room with a white light around you, and it's kind of like all these different things that you cannot see around you, and someone's about to like grab you into whatever, instead of you saying, okay, I choose this, and then a path being lit for you to that thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's many things that you're not aware of, or many turns that your life can take, and this is just a very important time to set some intention. So get on top of it. We have the Page of Cups in reverse and the 7 of Wands. You know, Spirit is saying, of course, you've made a life comfortable for yourself, a life that, you know, you can appreciate, but this is the time to specifically set some intention and, you know, go towards where you want it to be moving forward. We have the 3 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. So very creative energy with that paintbrush. For the Ace of Wands is all about like super intention. So even if you've just asked Spirit or the universe, whatever, your guides for whatever recently, definitely do that again. It's gonna be a good thing for you. Let me get one more message for you guys. Spirit, what else do you have to say? Okay, I'm not taking that many. Just one card. All right. So this one says, release old doubts and fear. You're currently undergoing changes that are necessary for your highest good. They're changes that have been long awaited. Leave the past where it belongs in the past and trust that everything will fall into place for you in divine timing. And I feel like divine timing energy is like now. So that's what I have for you, group 4, message from your future self. You can find me on Etsy if you want a private tarot reading, but that is what I have for you today. I love you. Be careful what you wish for, and I will see you in the next one.
Now offering 7-day vigil candles burned on my personal altar for money, transformation, romantic love, psychic ability, clearing negative energy, passion, power, and more.